Well, the village people once sang "Go West," so that's what we're going to do for our next A-League Women season preview as we take a look at the Perth Glory. Stephen Peters is in his second year in charge of the Perth Glory, and Burke, they have kept a significant portion of their squad from last season. I'm having a look at some of the names here. Misha Anderson, Ella Lincoln, Tanika Lala, Tijan McKenna, Izzy Dalton, who will once again captain the side, Georgia Cassidy, Naomi Thomas Chinema, Anya Netchizog, Susan Phonsongkham, Charlie Wainwright, Ella Abdulmasi, Megan Wynn. Like, they've kept a lot of their squad from last season to the point where the ins and out list isn't actually that big in terms of like, and even then, like, you look at some of the notable ones, right? Like, so Bronte True makes her way across from the Wanderers. Rollerbat Awea makes her way back into the A-League Women. Julia Sardo is one of the Western United players who's popped up at Perth. And then you look at some of the outs. Caitlin Douglas was only on an injury replacement contract. Morgan Roberts on an injury replacement contract. Kelly Brown gone to the Jets. So, like, in terms of like the notables list of the information we have confirmed as of the time of recording, it looks like they've kept pretty much the same squad.
Yeah, I really respect that as well. I think Stephen Peters has seen what he needs to see from these players and knows that he can be successful with these players given they all stay healthy. Um, yeah, I think it's really, really great to see. The last thing you want is huge amounts of turnover, which you can see with squads like the Jets and Central Coast. Yeah, it's good to have, as stable of a side as you can to build that sort of chemistry and understanding of how everyone's going to play and perform.
And you touched on my burning question there completely, which is can Perth stay healthy and make a genuine crack at finals? So we saw last year they made a solid push towards the end of the season, but like literally just ran out of runway. Give them another couple of games. Maybe they sneak in, maybe they don't. But as they started to get players back from injury, they really made that push. If they can stay healthy, I genuinely think they're going to make a solid push for finals berth.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I remember when Susan Phonsongkham finally, finally made it back after that awful injury she sustained in the NPLW Grand Final 2 years ago, that they just looked like a completely different side. So if they can keep it together. No more glass bones on this side, please. I think it'll be a really exciting Perth squad to watch.
And your burning question, Burke, as it pertains to the Perth Glory.
My burning question for Perth. Are we going to see any further international incidents when they travel to Wellington Phoenix?
uh,
I
Certainly not where I
really
thought you were going.
I really enjoyed when that happened. I thought it was so funny. I hope we don't, because obviously, these players don't get paid a lot, so getting a fine at the New Zealand Customs is not what you want. Um, but it was really funny. So will this be the season we go without international incident? We'll find out.
Well, it is a derby for a reason, right?
It is.
Uh, Look, I look at this Perth Glory side, and I think we've sort of touched on it already. They are quite good on paper. They've kept a lot of the side. Their continuation is good. They ended up finishing in 10th last season, 11 points out of a finals spot. As I said, they kind of just ran out of runway. If you look at the loss column, 13 losses last year. That's not sustainable. Um, in a competition, if you want to make the top six. I want to say they're going to make finals, but if they make it, it's sort of going to be like on edge of the top six. And I think I've already got enough teams there that like I don't know how many teams I can jam into like that sort of like that 5 to 8 range of making finals. But I feel like I want to shove the Perth Glory in there because I think they can do it.
That's a fair assessment. I wanted them to make finals last season, but the long injury list just absolutely kept them from that. So hopefully we see something different from Perth Glory this season.
And then where do you think they'll finish? Like, are you gonna put a number on it or?
I want to say like 7-8, 7-8,
Yeah,
somewhere like
yeah.
that.
I think that's fair. And then your player to watch.
My player to watch for Perth Glory is a healthy Susan Phonsongkham. I think she's a super exciting player. She's really, really intelligent on the ball. Some of the passes that she makes are just stupid, really. Like they shouldn't work, but they do. And yeah, we've gone a long time without some really good Susan Phonsongkham ball. We only got a tiny bit of it towards the end of last season, so I hope we see a lot more.
Once again, we're thinking with the same brain because that's exactly where I was going to go. So I will change mine up and I will say a player I have been high on for quite some time. Again, I may be biased because she may or may not be incredibly good in the NPL Women's New South Wales, but I'm going to go with Ella Abdulmasi. I think she is an incredibly good player. She can hit a free kick from anywhere on the field and put it on target. I don't quite think we saw the best of her at Perth Glory last season, but I think there is a genuine chance that she can make the step up this year and can show why she's been a rated talent in the NPL Women's New South Wales for quite some time. And so I really want to see her kick on this season at Perth Glory under Stephen Peters. If you liked that preview, you can have a look at the rest of the previews by clicking on the playlist that is appearing on your screen now.